our studio. Catch them all in Muse Talks.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Side Quest. I'm Ting Xuan.
I'm Lukman.
And today we have Rachel. Rachel is someone who is very into K-pop and the K-pop community, and she does like group orders for the K-pop group called Day6. So Rachel, can you introduce yourself and share more about what you do as a group order manager?
Okay, hi, I'm Rachel. I'm 19 this year and I'm a group order manager for the K-pop band Day6. So basically what a K-pop group order manager does is that they organize group orders for certain merchandisers, which the main aim of it is to help make shipping fees cheaper for everyone. So basically what a GOM does for short is they collect the orders from every single person and then they will ship it to a central address in Korea. And then afterwards, once they consolidate everything, then they will split the shipping fee amongst all of the different buyers and then have it shipped to their own addresses and then ship it out to the buyers themselves. So basically, GOM is kind of like a middleman or a proxy for Singaporean buyers themselves. Yeah.
Ooh. So do you have like a platform or like a website?
I would say that most GOMs, for me personally, I use Telegram itself. So most of the times when I organize group orders, they will be done through Telegram. So I'll put up like a Telegram channel listing and then to put out all the prices there. And then what buyers will do is that they will just comment under the listing itself. And then I will manually kind of collate everything into a singular spreadsheet.
So you just like spend an entire afternoon just like looking through like dozens of messages and put it onto like one Google sheet.
Yeah, so oftentimes I think for bigger group order managers, they'll have around like hundreds of messages to look through and hundreds of orders to look through. And then I think I can easily spend about like 3 to 4 hours straight just collating everything and sending out like payment messages. Yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad actually. Yeah. I was between like at least 6 hours or something.
I think when it gets really bad, then 6 hours is doable. Yeah.
Since you collate like a lot of orders from people, right? Are there any like very funny requests or like unreasonable requests that you have from like different buyers?
In terms of funny requests, not many, but in terms of unreasonable requests, for example, if a certain merchandise is only sold in Korea, and no matter what, you can't get it on an online store, so you have to be physically present at the store to get it. I think there are some people who ask me like, oh, are you able to fly to Korea just to get the merchandise for me?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I remember when she asked me like, oh, can you fly to Korea just to get it for me? Like she didn't put it in that way, but it felt like she was asking me to go there myself to get it. I was very like, that's kind of weird. That's not normal. But I think that's also like a part about learning how to communicate with your buyers to let them know that there are certain requests that you can't necessarily fulfill because this is ultimately something that I do as like a side quest. Yeah.
So since you're liaising with like people in Korea, right, is it necessary for you to learn like Korean?
Oh, can you speak Korean?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
That's impressive.
I would say it's not necessarily a must, but it is a plus point. Because there are proxies in Korea which they do speak in English, for example. But I think because certain things can be lost in translation, so for me, usually when I converse with my proxy, I will try to use Korean instead, so that it's easier for me to get my requests across. There are proxies who can speak both English and Korean, but they're often like, they're not easy to find. And even if you can find them, their fees are really, really high.
What got you into doing this whole group order manager thing?
I would say that the main reason why I got into it was pure interest. So I think because like Ting Xuan, I've also been a part of group orders for like other groups that I was interested in. And I think I was very fascinated by like this whole process of collating orders and being like the main person. And I would say that I'm a person who likes to, I don't know, be the center of attention. So I think for me, being a group order manager allows me to like kind of fulfill that lah. So people will come to me with like orders. But I would say that I mainly continued doing this because I felt like it was very fulfilling. So I think like when your buyers, for example, when they come to you and be like, oh, thank you for doing this, thank you for doing that, I think it's something that keeps me going.
I think you also do. You also like being center of attention, right?
Yeah, like I'm an attention seeker, but I don't know Korean leh. Like
I can teach you Korean.
I cannot. But okay, so I've been buying like merch for Kepler, right, from another GOM. So like and I buy like quite a bit lah. So but I think the prices are quite like comparable to what I'm seeing on like the Korean website itself. So like, do you actually earn anything from like what you are helping the people to buy?
I would say that I earn actually quite a substantial bit. So in terms of maybe like a bigger group order, so if I'm doing for like merchandise, I can earn up to like $500, for example. Yeah. So, but I would say it's ultimately dependent on a lot of factors. So maybe for the group order manager that you buy from, I think maybe they are doing it out of pure enjoyment. So maybe for them, it's like they aren't really doing it to get money from it. We try to earn as much as we can while keeping the prices affordable. So for us, while you see the prices are like kind of the same as what you see on online websites, I think it's always dependent on whether this group order manager can find like proxies that have very low proxy fees, for example. And of course, it's also dependent on the exchange rates. So if the exchange rate for the month is really, really good, then you can earn up to like $500.
Which currency is like stronger, Singapore currency or like South Korea?
Honestly, I think it depends. Okay, I would say now, because of all of the recent developments, right? So I would say Singapore currency is a lot stronger compared to South Korea. So for example, if you buy like maybe this, like Olive Young, I think she mentioned Olive Young, right? If you buy like some sunscreen, you can buy like
Wait, buy what?
some sunscreen from like Olive Young.
I just paid her like
What's that?
sunscreen, like
Sunscreen?
sunblock.
A sunblock?
Oh, sunblock, yes.
I just paid her just now like to buy sunscreen.
So for example, I think in like if you buy in Singapore itself, it's like probably $30, $35 for like one. But then if you go to like Korean buy, because of the exchange rate and everything, you can buy 3 for like $20. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's really quite cheap, but it's really dependent on a lot of like factors.
So this like sunscreen is like made by a K-pop group?
No, it's just like Korean like what?
Oh,
like,
Korean brand.
Yeah.
I thought-
Olive Young, you know Olive Young?
No, I don't know Olive Young.
You don't know?
No.
Maybe you should start also. Maybe you can go Olive Young and start buying stuff also.
What's Olive
Yeah.
Young?
Like it's like all the skincare product. Maybe you're
Oh.
interested, yeah.
I can recommend you some stuff to buy.
So do you have any like hiccups or like problems with like the Korean side that led to like you having to have to explain to your buyers?
For some background context, I think for a lot of K-pop buyers, what they buy is like the photo cards. So it's like in the most layman term, it's like a cardboard photo of your favorite idol.
Wait, people do that?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm
do that.
not a fan of K-pop.
I do that.
so
I
don't
have
know.
a whole binder.
Yeah.
Random people.
It's yeah.
Sometimes it's random people, sometimes just one person on a piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll explain to you one
Yeah,
day.
I'm gonna reflect on my life lah. If you're gonna put it like that.
So what do you
Like,
do with this like picture?
See every day, then make you happy, lor.
Yeah, so sometimes if you're depressed, right, then you just flip through, be like, wow, this guy's very successful. I need to be like him one day. I need to be like her one day.
Just like you, you like anime also, same what?
Yeah, but I don't like have a oh wait, actually never mind, fair enough. Okay.
So essentially because some of them they bought like a certain amount to get a photo card. So what happened was that the Korean side itself, they shipped all of the merchandise without the photo cards. And the photo cards were like, there were over 100 photo cards that were missing. But only once it arrived to me, then I realized that, oh my gosh, all the photo cards are not there. I have like over 100 photo cards that are missing. Which means that there are certain people, if let's say they bought like $40 worth of merch just to get that one photo card, they just bought $40 worth of merch for nothing. Okay, it was a mishap that I didn't check before I shipped it to Singapore. And then afterwards, we just explained to them like, okay, so if I have 100 photo cards missing, what I can do is like maybe I offer some form of compensation. So instead of maybe getting the full 6 photo cards, you only get 3 and provide proof that like, hey, you didn't ship this, you didn't ship that. And ultimately, I guess it still all worked out because it did eventually arrive after like 4 months.
Has there ever been like an instance where like a customer just like wants to cancel the order?
Oh, definitely. If they just want to cancel the order, then the easiest thing you should do is just blacklist them.
Really? Just blacklist?
Because I think it's ultimately, because I pay for merchandise out of my own pocket first, I will try to secure it myself first before I ask for payment. So there are some people who maybe like right after I send them payment message, they're like, oh, I don't want it anymore. But I think ultimately it's like, okay, then I'll just blacklist them because it is a part of my terms and conditions to protect myself.
So far, have you blacklisted like anybody?
Yeah, I have blacklisted at least, I think 2 people, which is quite okay considering that I've been doing this for like over a year. Yeah.
You mentioned like refunding out of your own pocket, right? Then what about like if the site never ship out, like what you said just now? Then will the site ever like refund you money?
No.
Why?
Thinking no. In the eyes of the company, they are like, okay, I mean, the photo cards is like a free gift from them. So if they didn't send the photo cards out, to them it's like, it's free. It's not supposed to be like you paid $20 for this photo card.
So like the photo cards is like a additional thing. So okay, I get it now. So
Yeah.
basically, what the customer paid for was like the main merchandise.
Yeah.
But it was supposed to come with like an additional photo card. And then that photo card doesn't end up being shipped to them.
Yeah.
And then the company doesn't bother doing anything about it since it was supposed to be a free item.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, but a lot of people like they buy like the merchandise just for the free item. Cause like the photo card cute ma, then I also buy like all the merch. Then I'll buy until like $40-$50 just to get that one
You
photo card.
K-pop fans are crazy.
Yeah.
I
But I haven't been doing that for quite a while lah, so
But honestly, for her, she's still quite normal. Like $40-$50 is still quite normal. I have buyers who consistently spend, and like I mean consistently, like $500.
but I think it's normal for her lah, cause like her buyers are like working adults, so I think they can afford that much lah. But for the K-pop group that I buy for, right, it's more like people my age, so we're not that rich lah. Yeah.
so do you have like specific like K-pop groups that you specifically buy, or are you like an all-rounder?
I would say that I focus mostly on Day6. So I will only buy for Day6 itself, but I don't really venture out into like any other groups because if you know econs, it's like sometimes the market is very overly saturated. So it's very hard for you to like earn anything or get any like orders if you do for like maybe more popular group like, do you know 17?
Like the group 17?
Yeah, the group 17.
I think so.
Or do you know like BTS, for example?
Behind, yeah. I know.
Behind the scenes.
So people are going to smash you, like people are gonna call you out there.
It's fine. It's fine.
So it's very hard for me to like make good orders for them because no one will buy from me
Yeah,
since
because
I'm
like
like
the
new.
competition's like high.
Yeah, the competition is really, really high. Which gives me a lot of autonomy to like choose, okay, how much do I want to price? Or how much do I want to like bring in general? Yeah.
Do you choose that group because of that main reason, or like do you actually like that group?
I think it's a combination of both. So I really, really liked Day6. I've been following them since like 2018. So since I was like taking PSLE, right? But I think I eventually chose to focus on this group itself because of the fact that no one is selling for them.
You do sourcing, right? Like from Twitter. So on Twitter, like, can you explain more about like
Don't you mean
what
X?
you do? Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you explain more about like sourcing?
So basically, sourcings it's just another like word for buying secondhand products. So I think you all might be very familiar with like Carousel, right? So in this case, the Korean version of Carousel is done on X itself. So what Korean sellers would do is that they will just put out the listing on Twitter. It works the same way as Carousel, where if you find a listing that you like, you can just direct message the person and then ask them like, hey, I'm interested in this. And then you will just liaise with them directly. But on X, I've gotten scammed before.
What do you get scammed off? Because I also got scammed before.
This person offered to help me buy all 4. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, can you show me proof that you're at the venue? And then they showed me proof. And then I asked for like, okay, can I have your bank account number so I can check whether there's been like reports of this person being a scammer. And then after I transferred the money to the person didn't reply. Or more like they said, okay, I'll go and secure. On another site, they provide like real-time updates on like what has been sold out, right? This thing was sold out for 30 minutes, which is aka the time that I paid the person. And then I went to direct message the person and I said like, hey, this is sold out. And then they were like, oh yeah, let me know the bank account number to refund to. Then I sent the bank account number and then they blocked me and left and took $90.
No.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the thing is that at that point in time, because I was buying it for a buyer, but because I was paying out of my own pocket, I lost $90 because of that. Yeah.
Back in like 2023, right, I also bought like K-pop merch from like this Singapore like GOM also. I think she also left like the whole like GOM scene because of the whole scam, because I think it was quite big. Then I think it's quite hard to make police report like regarding this kind of thing because it's like overseas also. So after this, right, do you make like police report or anything? No, right?
I think it's the same idea because you are not in the country itself, so I couldn't make any police reports.
Yeah.
So I just accepted that the $90 will never come back to me. Yeah.
As a buyer, like how do you find people to buy from?
If I'm in the position of a buyer, right, what they will do is that there's often like a centralized group chat, which is like kind of titled, okay, the group name, 1 to sell, 1 to trade, 1 to buy. So what people would do is that, for example, sellers like me, we will send our listings into this centralized group chat. The other way is also through carousel, and then they will just use the same keywords to find like people who are selling it as well. So I think generally that's how my buyers come to find me.
Is it effective?
So I think at the start when I first started out in this, word of mouth wasn't a very big thing because I think the D6 community wasn't very big and there wasn't really a centralized group chat. So I would say that word of mouth is it is a way for people to get to know other sellers, but it's not as prominent compared to having like online platforms like Telegram or Carousel. Yeah. So for example, for me, I made one for D6 itself.
So like everyone in Singapore who are fans of D6 will be in that group chat?
Kind of. Okay, I wouldn't say everyone in Singapore, but
Like
everyone
most.
who knows of this group chat, yeah.
Oh.
They will be in this group chat lah.
It's
Dependent
like how
on
many?
okay, for day 6 it's not a lot. It's about like 200
That's
plus.
a lot. No, that's a lot. What?
But compared to like concert group chats, because these are people who actually go for the concert, right? There's like 1.4k people. Yeah.
Okay. Are you in any one?
I do. I'm inside like quite a few, but that's because I used to buy lah. But so far now I'm only like keeping up with like one group called Kepler, right? And I think for me as a buyer, right, I found my seller through like the group chat also, but also because like they have like quite a reputation lah, because they have like 1,000 plus like subscribers in their channel. So whenever they send out a listing, right, quite a few people buy from them, and there hasn't been like any bad reviews about them. That's why I've been buying from them for like 2 to 3 years already. Yeah.
Okay, so I have like a few questions, but it's not really directly related to the group order management. More on like the culture surrounding K-pop. Because like I want to know how you all think. So like so you mentioned how like you guys have like group chats, right?
Yeah.
So do you guys like ever like have like meetups or something? Or like conventions you all go to like fan over a group?
Okay, I wouldn't say they are called like conventions. So what we have is like fan cafes.
Cafes?
Yeah, so for example, if let's say like it is a K-pop group's like member's birthday, someone would host like a fan cafe that's just dedicated to like celebrating that guy's birthday.
To celebrate a stranger's birthday.
Yeah, which sounds
So there's like cake and everything.
Low-key, yeah, sometimes. It sounds very dystopian, but it's kind of normal in like K-pop. So I think beyond just like having the cake itself, I think usually they'll rent out like a cafe itself. Then what fans will do is that often they will go there to like maybe take photos, and maybe they will buy like a few like drinks, or like maybe like a drink or like a meal to get a certain like freebie.
Because for me and Rachel, right, we like what I mentioned just now, Kepler, right? She also like Kepler lah, to not as much as me lah, I think. I don't know. Then we went to like this fan cafe like earlier this year for like their 3rd anniversary celebration or something. More for the vibes lah. Because I think the community is quite small, so only like I don't know, less than 100 people came. But we go there mainly like if we can like ask if we want to find trade lah, you can like trade photo cards also, up to you lah. Yeah. Then it's more like for the vibes though, for K-pop, not really like to exchange stuff or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, how big is this place?
Depends on like what venue they book the place in. So I've had places where like it's probably the size of maybe like maybe like around this entire room.
Like this room?
Yeah, like this room. There are others where if they have more money, then they'll book like a literal like I don't know how to say. Just imagine like those full-fledged like restaurants.
Like McDonald's?
Kind of like McDonald's. Like really, it's just really really big. So I think it's dependent on like also like how rich are the people hosting it lah. Because oftentimes it comes out of their own pockets as well. Yeah, for them to like host these kind of events for other people.
Okay, I think it's interesting to see like the level of dedication all these like fan bases have, and like the lengths they will go to like support their like idol groups.
Right.
Let's say I'm interested, maybe not K-pop specifically, let's say like anime merch. Let's say like I want to start becoming a group order manager and buy like anime merch. How do I go about doing that?
I think you need to be able to find your processes first. If you're more comfortable with it, like your main goal is to help people reduce shipping fees, maybe find like an address overseas, which helps you to consolidate everything. And then depending on whether do you want to engage with a proxy or do you want to do certain things by yourself, then you have to find ways to go about doing it. So for example, for me, because I'm more comfortable with having a person help me order items from sites itself, then I have to find a proxy who can do it for me. But if you're more comfortable with buying it yourself, then you need to be able to find the processes that suit you better. And then afterwards, it is just a lot of trial and error lah. So I think a lot of starting this kind of like group order managers is being able to find your own comfort level in how do you want to go about your processes, and how do you get more informed as to like what are the mechanics behind doing certain things and being able to procure like certain merchandisers. Yeah.
Like, what's like the best way for me to like reach out to proxies?
I think the best way is through X, or at least through like online platforms like Instagram, X, even Reddit sometimes. So you can just search up like, okay, for example, if you are more into anime, so I would assume that most of the items will be from like Japan. So what you can search is like Japan online proxy. And then you will find a lot of people who will offer their services like, okay, I can help you to order this item from this site at like this certain price. Yeah. So that's the best way for you to also start lah. And that's how I started finding like proxies on my own. Yeah.
You mentioned how like trial and error. How long did it take until you found like your preferred like method?
I think it took me about at least a year, because it is the more you do certain group orders, it's not even just like how many group orders you do, but even the type of group orders that you do. So especially for like K-pop, I'm not sure whether it's the same for like anime or any other like groups, right? For K-pops, there are a lot of different ways for you to like get certain merchandisers. There are some things that are like when you do collaborations with like maybe a certain skincare brand or a certain perfume brand. If they do release certain merchandisers like albums or even concert merches, there is a lot of trial and error for you to figure out like, okay, what's the best way to maybe secure all these items. And I would say that it is always an ongoing process. I would say that I haven't really perfected the way that I do my processes now, but I think it's always just something that you have to explore continuously lah. And I think it's always the hardest within the first few months, because you're still trying to find out like, okay, how do I do this? How do I do that?
Wow, that was amazing. Like, I learned so much from you. Like, not just you, like, even Ting Xuan, the two of you really helped broaden
Thank
my
you.
horizons when it comes to like K-pop culture. Yeah. So, because of that, I'll be forever in your debt. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can always come to me to buy, like if you ever want to dabble into like Korean skincare or like Olivia, you can always hit me up.
Okay.
I'll help you buy. Yeah.
Daiso also can eh.
Yeah, Daiso also can.
No, but
Daiso,
stationery.
Olivia.
Oh, really? Oh,
No, but
okay.
you know the 12 levels like Daiso in Korea, you can buy like pet stuff.
Yeah,
You can buy
yeah,
baskets.
exactly.
You can buy whatever you want.
Oh.
But thank you so much, Rachel, for today. Okay, do you have any like last words or advice for anyone who wants to be their own group order manager?
I think my biggest advice is to always be open to trying new things. I think and also like learning how to take responsibility lah. So I think at the start, especially for like younger people, because they're so excited to get into this, I think there are a lot of things that you don't actually consider until you're in the, I would say, market itself. So I think my biggest advice is to always be open to feedback, always be open to trying new things. And I think that's the best way for you to also grow in terms of like doing this for yourself and learning more about like certain things like even economics or like the business parts about it. Yeah.
So that's gonna conclude today's episode of The
Side
Side
Quest.
Quest. So we'll catch you guys in the next one.